Hey guys, Fryedegg here with Sweatypixels, and today I want to be doing a little bit of an introduction to Dxtory, which is right here, and I want to kind of do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison with FRAPS, and maybe help some of you guys that are trying to transition from FRAPS to Dxtory to help your recording a little bit and maybe up the quality of your videos, as you can improve things quite a bit with Dxtory because it's just a newer program and it has a lot more functionality built into it versus FRAPS. FRAPS is still great, but if you're looking to do a little more and have a little more control over what's going on with your videos, then you may want to consider switching to Dxtory. I believe FRAPS was like 30 something dollars or 40 bucks to purchase in case you're worried about the price. So like you're looking at like 40 bucks, and I think this was 45. And yeah, Dxtory, I believe it's dxtory.com, and you just you pay the money, and they give you they email you the registration keys and whatnot, and it's simple enough to purchase. They also have a free version, which will, I believe it's 100% fully functional, but whatever you record will have a watermark on it. So if you just want to try it, that might be good to give it a try. So with that out of the way, let's get down to the brass tacks. And first, I'm going to go over some of the features this has, so we can kind of cover that. And I want to get into the things that are important to me, and I want to kind of tell you guys about. First things first, here's the menu for it, and this page here is nothing I ever mess with. Not even exactly sure what is this target page. I don't even know what this is. I never mess with it, so leave that alone. This is if you want to customize, your on-screen display when it's running up in the corner. I never mess with that. I left it green and whatnot. Here's something interesting about FRAPS. About Dxtory is you can actually choose to record to multiple hard drives at the same time, which they claim will help speed up. Basically, that it won't bog your system down as much, and it should help you. Help you maybe if you're having some performance issues. It can help you push through some of that and actually record a little smoother. Me personally, I haven't had to ever use this feature, but it's cool that it's there. Like I said, I've never had an issue recording the OneDrive. I have a big like 2 terabit drive. I do all my recording to, and I just use that, and I've never had any problems with speed or anything like that. So I pretty much left this alone. I haven't used that feature. It's a great feature, and I believe it comes with Dxtory comes with a raw converter thing, because what happens is when you do that, it's going to split the file. So if you do 2 drives, it's going to split the video file into 2 files. If you do 3 drives, it's going to split it into 3 files, and there's basically a program that's going to join those back into one clip. So haven't really messed with that just because I don't need to. And then this option page is keybinds. I haven't messed with this. I left this stock. Here is your video settings, and I will come back to this because I want to talk in depth about this a little bit. And audio settings, I will also going to come back here and talk about this page in depth a little bit. If you want to take screenshots, blah blah blah. Advanced settings, I left most of this pretty much default. I've messed with one option, and I will talk about it's right here, processing threads. That's the only thing I've messed with, and I'll talk about that in a second. But actually, haven't messed with this. Left this default, and this is your license stuff. And down here is some more. This is that raw capture thing. This is what I was talking about for recording the multiple drives. This is settings for that, and just more settings that I've never actually really touched. I just leave these alone. So there's other videos where they may talk about these, but I mean, if you're just doing commentary over for some video games, I've never had to mess with these. So all right, let's first go to the audio real quick. Okay, because this is one of the coolest features about Dxtory over FRAPS, and I just want to show you guys real quick. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with FRAPS, right? You basically, all FRAPS does is record the sound coming through your speakers, and you can choose to check this record external input, and it just mixes in your microphone audio into that one audio channel. And if you guys have ever done this, you've probably come across where it's like, all right, sometimes your game audio is really loud, and it's stepping over your actual commentary audio, or vice versa, and it's difficult to find a good medium between your game audio and your commentary audio through FRAPS, because it's all mixed into one channel. So I mean, besides you talking really loud and like finding that sweet spot to go, you go into the game options and you lower down like the master volume for the game down to a certain point to where that volume is just loud enough and it's not stomping over your commentary. Besides doing that, that's really the only way to get a nice commentary through FRAPS that I've found, if you want to record live. So yeah, obviously if you record after the fact, that's a whole nother story, and yeah, you can adjust the audio volumes a little much easier. But here with Dxtory, you have the option to add multiple audio channels. So right here on channel 1 is the speaker volume, what's coming through your speaker. So this will be your game audio. And right now I have channel 2, which is my microphone. And you can add, I believe, up to 7. Let's see how many lets us add. Might be as many as you want. Okay, up to 8. Up to 8 audio channels you can add. So I mean, so just to give you guys some ideas, you could have you can get really crazy with this. Like you can have this set up so through a TeamSpeak or something, or event, you can actually have this set up to where each person is on their own is on their own audio channel. So as your guys are playing, and whatever game it is, whether it's Counter-Strike or whatever, any kind of clan-based game or World of Warcraft or something like that, and you have multiple people talking on a TeamSpeak or event, you can actually set this up, and through both of those programs. I know you have to do it through Vent or TeamSpeak, but you could give each person their own audio channel and really dial in, like, all right, this person needs to be lower, this person needs to be higher. Because what's going to happen is once you record and you drop this into Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, whatever you use to edit with, you're going to see 1 through 8 audio channels, and you could add volume or take away volume from each channel as you wish until you get their levels right. So that's a really cool feature of this program, is the audio. And that was one of the main reasons why I switched over, is because I started recording live and I was having some issues with FRAPS on getting the levels the way I wanted them. So that's one major thing that I appreciate. And over here you have this is like some standard audio settings, and the default is PCM for the codec and 4800 kilohertz for the format, and I left that alone. My audio seems to always come out pretty well. So next thing we'll talk about is the video, and that's another thing I really like about this is FRAPS over here. It gives you have some dictation over your frame rate and your actual size you record at. So you can either do you can pick whatever frames you want to record at, and you can either pick full resolution or half your resolution. So it doesn't give you too much to go with here. And since Dxtory was written, it's a much newer program versus FRAPS. They just have more options built in. Dxtory basically has these same options here for the size under this scaling, and the percent tab here. They have preset 100, 75, and 50, just kind of similar to half, full and half, or you can actually pick. But for me, this is one of the really cool things that Dxtory does that I like, is it allows you to play a game at one resolution, and actually as Dxtory is recording, it can down render it to a different resolution. So that's what I do. I usually play it at 1080, and I'm actually recording at 720, and this happens automatically, and this results in smaller file sizes, and yeah, I think just a little bit more, it takes up less hard drive space doing this, and I only upload at 720 anyway, so it's just all around it saves you some time. And I think it actually it probably it's probably less CPU intensive to record at this lower resolution than it would be at 1080. So all around you have some benefits by having this little feature. And they'll quickly talk about some of this stuff over here. The video codec, I've always just used the Dxtory default codec. It comes with all these ones too, or whatever's preloaded on your computer. I've always left that alone. My frame rate I set to 30. You could set it, whatever you want, pretty much. And as far I did mention the hard drives. If you're doing if you're just doing everything standard and you want one file, you have AVI. If you want to record in multiple drives, you want to click this raw capture. So unless you're doing multiple drives, you want to have AVI selected. Output. This basically is if you want to live stream or not live stream or both. The file output, which is checked by default. This is, you're gonna be in a game, you're gonna start recording, and when you're done, you're gonna have a AVI video file in whatever folder is your output, and that's standard. So the other thing is, if you want to say live stream this through Dxtory, you click direct show, and I can actually uncheck that. And then what's going to happen here is when you hit F9 to record, it's going to, instead of sending your stream to a movie file, it's going to send your stream to whatever live streaming program you use. I use XSplit, so when I hit F9, it starts sending my gameplay feed to XSplit, and then XSplit puts it up on the internet. And you could also, if you want to record your live streams at the same time, you can have file output checked as well, and live stream and record at the same time. So that's just some stuff there on that. Include mouse cursor, I believe that comes checked like that, and all this other stuff, the clipping, I've never messed with. And that's all I have to really say about that. The video, just like I said, gives you a little more options than FRAPS, a little more options than half or full, and just your frame rate, which is cool. And the next thing I want to talk about quickly is, this is another area where I believe I had some issues, and I had everything default except for this processing threads. Now I have a fairly good machine. I have I don't know, i7 processor. I don't know, like 3 gigahertz or something. I don't know. It's a good processor. I'm not a huge computer PC building buff or anything like that, but I got like 8 gigs of RAM, something like that. But I was having issues. I was getting some lag recording, and I came in here, and this was processing threads was set to 1. So I came in here and I know I have a whole lot of processing threads in my processor, so I just set this to 8, and I saw a huge jump in performance by doing that. So if you guys are having any sort of performance issues with using Dxtory, I would suggest doing this. That was huge for me by doing that. It made a huge difference. So with that said, let's go back over here let's go back over here to the video, and I'm actually gonna demo a quick video for you guys. Oh, actually, excuse me. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little distracted. I want to talk about right here, the scaling. Got a little distracted. All right. So I mentioned you could play at one resolution and record at another one. I'm not the smartest with this stuff. I'm still fairly new with recording and editing, but I'm learning, and this was a big hiccup for me. And I believe it was my friend Nana Nia. I was talking to her online one day. I was chatting with her on Skype or something, and she said, "Hey, maybe it's because you're playing at one resolution and you're recording at another resolution," because I was getting this really bad clipping. I'd have like the top half-inch of the screen and the bottom half-inch just completely cut off of my videos, and it was really frustrating, and I didn't know why. Well, it turned out I was recording at 720 and playing at like I don't know, 16 by 1200 or something like that. I was playing at a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, and I was having my video down rendered to a 16:9 aspect ratio, so I was getting this stupid clipping. And I like I said, I'm not the most savvy guy with this, but that was a very frustrating problem. It took me a while to figure out, but it was as easy as just making my resolution 1080, which is also a 16:9 resolution, and I was able to fix it. So I want to go ahead and I'll show you guys in a couple quick just video demos of what it looks like when you when you do it wrong, and then what it looks like when you do it right. And with that being said, I'm done with this. And if you guys do appreciate this video, I will make a quick one on how to live stream with this with Dxtory, because it is very helpful for that. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hold on for the quick video demo of the clipping, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and this is my first recording. I'm going to show you guys about the improper game resolution versus the recording resolution. So right now I have it set to I believe 1920 by 1200 or something. I'll double check once I get inside the game, or I can actually check right here. Yeah, we're set at 1920 by 1200. So, and I'm recording at 720. So you should be seeing clipping up top and down bottom right now. And let me see. Let's go ahead and resume game. Yeah, I'm gonna resume the game. We'll load the game up just for a second to see. Should be able to see some more distinctive clipping here with the menu down here being clipped, and maybe some of the map up here. The letters, Overlook Road, and the time should be probably clipped out. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to show you. So if you guys have this happen to you, say, oh no, I have clippings, why for? And then you could say, oh well, I probably am playing at one resolution and recording at a different one, and I'm causing my game to clip, my recording to clip, and you don't want that. So we're gonna take our hero here, and we're going to stop playing, and I'm gonna show you guys how it should look. So I shall be right back again. Okay, and we're back, and I'm going to change the resolution live here during the video, and we should see. Actually, we're going to start the game, and we should see the clipping disappear live right before your eyes. So right now we should have clipping. Should have it. I guess I could have done this in the last little playthrough example, but I'm doing it this way because I feel like it. And we're going to change this to 1080, which is right here, widescreen, 16:9, which is going to match our 16:9 720. Booyah. And technically, you know, I could take that and, you know, I could go here, and I just need to match these ratios. But by downgrading the 720, since that's what I upload to YouTube with, that's why I might as well record there, because there's no reason to record any higher. So we're gonna go to we want to play at 1080 though, so we're gonna go to 1080. We're going to apply that here. What you were once missing should now be back. So yes, you should now have this up here and this down here, and yeah, that should have fixed the clipping problems. So look at my little sorceress, little wizard chick. So yeah, that was my quick example of the occurrence of clipping in Dxtory and how to hopefully fix it. And this will conclude my first Dxtory video, and thanks for watching, guys, and I will most likely make another Dxtory video because I think there's not enough of them out there, and there should just be more videos out there so people can find whatever information they need. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos. See ya.